welcome back to this Board Game Officer. Today, we're going to go through Rogue Angels, Legacy of the Burning Sun. I am going to actually start on Chapter 2, just because Chapter 1 is not very fun to watch. It's just a tutorial. I mean, it's good to play, but not fun to watch. So I'm going to jump into Chapter 2. That means I'm going to make some decisions just offhand. Probably going to base it off of what I first played. But let's go ahead and look at the heroes that we are playing today. Today we're going to play Hiro Matsuo as a former captain of the Murata Army Company. Hiro Matsuo is a professional, dependable in all situations. Hiro performs the best when working together with others, and he never leaves a comrade behind. Hiro prefers to be the last soldier to leave the battlefield. Hiro Matsuo is a capable field commander who can enhance the performance of his team members. Equipped with a power armor and 2 weapons, he can also fight his own battles. Hiro Matsuo is a versatile character but lacks the offensive power to battle several foes at a time. Hiro should be teamed up with more aggressive allies. So I just grabbed these two because these are the two I haven't played with yet. We'll see how we do. Then we have Leilai, the Neomorph. Like most Neomorphs, Leilai is a very flexible combatant with a lot of advanced equipment, enhancing her chances of success and survival. Leilai does not boast mental strength or personal shield, but her diverse abilities make up for her more average physique. Leilai brings both weapons and medical equipment to the field. She could work both alone and provide a solid support for other individuals. Leilai's medical hacking and sniper abilities make her a valuable asset in any team composition. She should preferably be teamed up with close combat individuals. So we'll see how this goes. We're going to play these two because these two I haven't played with and I want to see how they're playing. So let's hope this all goes well. So just as a note, this is our relationship paddle here. Because we skipped Chapter 1, you didn't see this, but we do have to mark one on this side with the Hellfires on both of their charts there, because we killed some of their enemies. So we get a little bit on their bad side, which I'm okay with that. They're Hellfires. They're the bad guys. 2 notes here. 1, this is all prototypes, so everything here is subject to change, so don't worry about the components here. 2, I am going to try to do all of Chapter 1. So this here is Chapter 1 given of the prototype. I'm going to try to play all of these before the campaign ends. Out of that note, the campaign link is down in the bottom. Go ahead and check that out. Now let's look at our characters real quick. We got Hiro Matsuo. He starts 1 on Inspire, and his special ability is No One Left Behind. When you are more than 2 spaces away from the nearest ally, you have a +2 movement to your basic action. As it noted, he likes to be the last one out, so when everyone else is ahead, then he could run quicker, so that actually could come in handy. Then he starts with 4 focus and 3 shields. And Leilai, she starts with 1 on Inspire and 1 in Cautious. Her special ability is, once per enemy turn, you may ignore and discard the first damage card that would make you unconscious. So, with only having these 2, that actually might come in handy more than usual, because she only has 3 focus and only 3 shields as well. Let's look at what she has in her hand. Obviously, basic move and basic interact. Unpredictable move is we get to roll 3 dice. If you end your action adjacent to the enemy, gain +1 to your next action this turn. Okay. So you roll only 3 dice, so you really have no idea how much you're moving. But if you get to the enemy, you get +1 for your next action. That's cool. Laser Sniper on 4. Deal 3 undefendable damage to an enemy within 4 to 8 range. If this is your first action this turn, deal 4 undefendable damage instead. We could push or -1 time if we have those. A P-51 Blaster. Deal 2 damage to an enemy within 4 range, and then gain 1 focus. Okay, that's cool. But if you notice, you do not roll a dice. Heal yourself or a character within 4 spaces for 2 damage. Wow. +4 rerolls on your next action this turn. Alright. So, that's Leilai. Let's see what Hiro has here. Basic move, basic interact. Power armor. After you have been dealt damage, regardless of the amount, gain 1 focus and move 1. That's an effect, so that can be played and kept out. The Grid Slicer. Interact with an object for 2 within 2. So that's kind of nice. You could have a little bit of a range interaction. Close Combat Pistol. Deal 1 undefendable damage to an enemy within 3. If this is your second action this turn, deal 2 undefendable damage instead. +1 dice or -1 cooldown. Then we have our Scoped M160 rifle. Deal 3 damage to an enemy within 4 range. And as you notice, the dice does not affect the damage, it actually affects the range. That's pretty cool. And last thing we have is a BMS device. At the end of your turn, before the rest action, move an ally 2 spaces. The ally also gains 1 focus. Okay, so there once again that no one left behind type of mentality here for him to help move other allies and to be able to focus. Help them focus. Your next action this turn gains +1 damage. Cool. Digital Blood. Location, we're in Vexation at the refueling station orbiting Gehenna. Umbrasis. Umbrasis is our, basically a leader as of right now. He's kind of helping us out, taking us around. Throughout the years, the Assembly has tried to flush the Hellfires out of Vexation, but to no avail. Well hidden from Assembly and forces, the Hellfires started broadening their horizons beyond regular piracy. Rumor has it that the pirates have allowed various factions, corporate, criminals, and governmental, to establish research outposts within Vexation, earning them vast sums of protection money. The goal of at least 2 of these facilities is to develop new antimatter technology with the potential to reshape entire planets, maybe even stars themselves. But since it happens outside of the Assembly's jurisdiction, everyone can happily turn a blind eye. The polity will pay handsomely if you and your team can assist with acquiring some of that research. It will help us establish viable colonies and territorial security in our region of the galaxy, establishing a true home for our people beneath these stars. Locating any of these research sites, or the primary Hellfire base for that matter, is almost impossible due to the heavy planetary atmospheres and the complex radiation patterns so close to the sun. But I've come across a few supply records giving us the first clue of where to start looking. So whenever you're ready, I suggest we begin. Ready your gear and team as the ship approaches its target. Dun 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 dun. So we'll do the setup there. One last little story. These old refueling stations run on a skeleton crew, so it is unlikely that you'll run into any sentient beings here. But be aware of the automated security systems. They have droids patrolling the hallways. Make sure that you disable their entire security system. That'll shut off the droids and let my crew hack the terminals. We are going to have 14 turns. Put the 14 tracker up there. And we are trying to disable both consoles. However, if players find themselves within range and line of sight of the enemies at the end of a player's turn, or if they attack an enemy, change the EBC, the enemy behavior card, to automated attack. Change success 1 to eliminate all enemies and decrease the turn token by 2. Alright, so let's go ahead and look at the board here. Alright, so here we have the board set up. I've tried to make this good angle here. So just so you can see, we've placed 3 blocked entries, 3 doors, 2 consoles. TS means team size, so since we have 2, we spawn 2 patrol droids. And then we need the enemy behavior systematic patrolling. So here we have systematic patrolling. Because we just have red, we'll keep it on the red side. So if the last activated player interacted with an object, the activated enemy will use an exclamation instead. So normally they're going to move 1 space towards the nearest player, 1 space towards the nearest player. So that's all they're going to do is 1 step at a time, unless we activated with an object, and then they're going to move 1 towards the last activated player. As a reminder, we are both just trying to disable both consoles, but if we are in line of sight and range, then we're going to have to kill them. And if you see here, they have a movement of 3. However, because this says move 1 space towards the nearest player, they will not move for all. Well, they have a 3 range. Well, they have 2 movement, but they are only going to move 1 space. They're going to attack for 2, defense of 0, and a health of 5. As you can see, our 2 consoles that we need to interact with are here, and they're both through a door. So we will have to interact with the door and interact with the console for both of them. And this is on number 14. And once again, if this reaches 0, we fail the mission. So I'm actually going to switch these like that. So as you can see, it just says to place the team there. So I could choose anywhere. So I could choose where they go at all. All right. So now it is my turn. And because I am I'm actually 3 spaces. So actually that doesn't help really. All right. So I am going to have to use my basic move here so I can move, so I can interact with that door. Because if you remember, when we interact with doors, it is the space behind it when we're talking about range. So he is 2. No, he is 2. You could go corner 1, 2. So he is 2 spaces. Never mind. So I'm going to do this. Interact with an object within 2 spaces for 2. So I'll place it right there. I will roll my dice here. +2. Let's go. All right. So now I'm interacting for 4 with this door without even moving yet. So we're going to... So we got 1, 2. All right. Let's go. We just need 1 more yellow, 1 more white. Let's go. Nope, not a red. And come on. White or yellow? Ha! Oh, seriously? 2 reds and 2 yellows. All right. Well, it doesn't matter which ones we keep. Let's just keep the reds for fun. Now we'll put the yellows back into the bag here. I was really hoping I was going to be able to open that door that first time just with that interaction. Because now I don't have, because their basic interaction has 0 range, so you do have to be adjacent to it, which I am not. Oh, here we go. I'm going to play this, which is an effect card. At the end of your turn, before the free rest action, move an ally 2. The ally also gains 1 focus. So I'm actually going to play that. on the 4 slot here. And then, so that is the end of my turn. So this is kind of retconning a little bit, but I'm going to have, because I forgot that you can't move through players here, so I'm going to have her start there, because that just makes more sense, because you can't move through players, so why start one behind? Anyway, so now it's the end of her turn, end of Hero's turn, and I'm going to have an ally move 2 spaces. 1, 2. So now she can do her basic interaction there. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I love it. Alright, now, looking at here, we do our free rest action, so those slide down to a 1 and 2 slot. Flip our activation token, so we'll flip that over. Decrease the turn tracker by 1, right there, down to 13. Mission check update, obviously we have not done both consoles. And now it is the enemy's turn. So look here, if the last activated player interacted with an object, the activated enemy will use the exclamation instead. So I mean, they're both going to move 1 towards the last activated player, which is me, which will just go 1 and 1. Alright, now we will go on to Leelai's turn. So because I'm adjacent here, I'm just going to do my basic interact. 1 die, interacting object for 1. Oh yeah, +1. So we're going to interact for 2. Alright, come on. We just need 1 more red or white. And we got purple. Not helpful. And we got another purple. Are you kidding me? Alright, I'm going to keep the red. I'm just going to put the purple back. So the interaction did absolutely nothing. But because it's a 0 card, this comes right back to my hand. And I will play it again. 2 movement. That would be awesome, so I can move 2 after I open it. If I open it. I'm going to risk it for the biscuit. I'm going to keep that so I can move afterwards, hopefully. Alright, come on. I just need 1 red and 1 white. Alright, and we got ourselves a white. Look at that. We don't need so many draws. We just need 1 for it. So that interacts that door. That door is open. These get set off to the side. Do not go back in the bag. And now I could use her 2 movement to go 1, 2. Therefore, you're going towards that controller. And this goes back into her hand, so she has nothing on the board. So her free rest action does nothing because she doesn't have any cards down. She'll flip her activation token over to say that she is activated. And she will decrease the time tracker by 1. Alright. That was actually not too bad for her first turn. So now the enemies go. Once again, she did interact with an object, so they will just move 2 towards her. 1 and 2, which doesn't really change anything, but they are slowly coming. So what we have to do is we need to interact with that and get out and try to come out and around somehow. Or maybe Hero will start running this way to try to open up that door to interact, so we don't get in line of sight of these guys. Alright, so let's go back to Hero's turn again. So I think I'm just going to start trying to run this way around, hopefully. Because then she'll interact, so they'll start going towards her. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to do a basic interact, which has a +2, so that's actually move 3 plus... plus a 2. So that's 5 movement. So I could go 1, 2. But I don't want to go any further because their range is 3, 2, 3. So if they move 1 towards me, they're going to move here. He's going to move here. 1, 2, 3. So that means I could come here without being in line of sight and range. I'm still out of range for them. In that case, what do I want for my second action? Yeah, I'm just not going to do anything actually. Because I don't even want to rest because if I rest, this is going to go down further. So I'm not even going to rest. I'm just not going to do a second action. So the end of my turn, my free goes there. This gets put back into my hand. And the end of my turn, an ally gets 1 movement and 1 focus. 2 movement, 1, 2, and 1 focus. She's still got full focus. Alright, then that was his turn. So I flip the activation token over. I already did my free rest action. Move this down by 1. The enemies are going to come towards me. 1 is going to come here. 2 is going to come here. But they have a range of 3. 1, 2, 3. So I'm not within range. You have to be in line of sight and range. So I'm okay right now as long as Leelai activates that. They're going to come towards her. We'll kind of go from there. We'll see. We might have to have Hero just do nothing for a couple turns. Alright, so now it is Leelai's turn. And she's just going to do a double basic interaction again. Might as well. Oh, a shield. She is going to spend 1 focus to re-roll that. Yeah! So that is interacting for 3 here. Man, I can't believe I rolled that +2. There's only one side with a +2. So let's do 1, 2. Come on, another yellow. If it's another white at all, we can't save anything. And a purple. Alright, let's go ahead and keep the yellow and white for there. And then this comes back to our hand, and we're just going to play it right again for Leelai. She rolls, and she gets a +1. Alright. So I just need 1 more yellow here. So 1 more yellow. That is not a yellow. And There we go. Check that out. Alright, so that console has been hacked. These three will be put off to the side. We're already using all those whites though. That's going to make it really hard when it comes down to doing other stuff. Alright, so that was the end of her turn. She did her 2 actions. We flip her activation token over. We go down on this track. And the enemies activate. Whoops, that purple was supposed to go back. And because she activated, they're going towards her right there. And that is that. Alright, now it is Hiro's turn. And oh, I have something that can move an ally, right? Oh, that's just my card right there that can move them at the end of my turn. So I'm gonna, because if I don't move, they're gonna come down towards me again. And then she's not gonna be able to interact, so they're gonna come towards me again. So I've gotta move up here so they come towards that. So let's go ahead and go basic move here. I'm more than 2 away, so it's a +2 already. And a +1, so I get to move 4. I'm just gonna go 1, 2, 3. Yes. No, I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3. Yep. So if I'm right there, they're gonna come that way. So just enough that they come around that corner there. Once again, I'm not gonna do anything at the end of my turn. I mean, it feels like I'm not doing much, but it's because I'm trying to be sneaky, right? I could go and attack if I wanted to, but I really want to try to do this without attacking. I really like the different type of aspects of games like this. Alright, so that's the end of his turn. This goes down 2 and 9. And these guys are going to go 1 and 1 towards the nearest player. And rest action, so my BMS device goes down to slot number 1. And it is the end of my turn. So Layla gets to move 2. And she gains a focus because of my BMS device there, which is on slot 1. So it has one more turn of being activated. So one thing I want to note here that I just realized, I might be reading this wrong, but if a player finds themselves within range and line sight of the enemies at the end of a player's turn. And here, this is the enemy's turn. So does that mean if the enemy on their turn moves into range and line of sight, that does not count as triggering that condition? It's if I don't move on my turn. Or does this whole thing count as a player's turn? But it says enemy's turn, so I'm going to go with that, because that just makes sense to me. So at the end of an enemy turn, if they're within range of line of sight, that does not activate. I have to end my turn up there for that to happen. I don't know if that's what it goes for, but by words, that's what it says. Alright, so let's go ahead on to Layla. Now what does Layla needs to do? She needs to run, because they're going to go move 1 here. Ooh, she could actually run. Yeah. Ooh, but if she gets close to a hero, then he can't have that extra 2 action. Yeah, let's do this. Let's do her unpredictable movement. So she's actually finally going to play a card on her board here. But it's a move 0, but I get to roll 3 dice to see how much she moves. And if I end against an enemy, it's +1, but I hope I don't end against an enemy. So, yeah. Alright, so she has full of everything. So it's only a movement of 2, unless I want to use a focus to reroll. I do. I'm going to use a focus to reroll this one. Oh yeah, 2 more movement. So that's 4 movement right there. So she's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And then she's going to use her basic move here. That has 1 dice. Nice. +1 or an extra movement. So that's fine. So that's going to be 2. I'm going to go 1, 2. That way he's more than 2 away, but it's still further away from him. So they're going to come this way. So now they can start running this way as fast as they can. All right. So I move that down. They activate. They're going to come 1 closer to... they are within the range of 3, but not line of sight. So we're still okay. And now it is Hiro's turn. And I'm just going to run as fast as I can. Except for I need them to come towards Layla. I still need them to come this way. Dang, maybe that wasn't good. Maybe for that last 2 movement, then I'm going to go 1, 2 on my second move. So that's a straight 6. So 1, 2. So I could go here and still Layla is closer. Alright, so I'm going to place my basic move and roll here for a +1. And I have a +2 because they are within range 2. So 1, 2. 2 is all I really need right now. And once again, that's all I'm going... Oh, no. Because she's going to move 2, or just 1. Yeah, 1. So I can move 1 more space. Because now, at the end of my turn, she gets to move. I'm only going to move her 1. But then she also gains a focus, so she's back up to full focus. And then my BMS device finally comes off my board, back to my hand. And now, it goes towards the nearest player. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he's going to come that way and that way, actually. If I go right here, I was doing them off the same 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 6, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, now, so I am going to stay right there. Now they both go that way. Alright. Now it is Layla's turn, and she needs to stay just within range of 4 again. 1, 2, 3, 4. So she needs to come here to still bring them around that way. So she's going to do her basic movement here. Oh yeah, that gives her 3 movement. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. That's all she needs to do. Alright, so that's the end of her turn. The unpredictable move comes back into my hand. This goes down by 1. Whew, we are wasting a lot of time. And these guys come over towards. Alright, so now it's time for Hero to run. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5, and I can wait. Only be 1 turn there, so I need to maybe go here. Oh man. Yep. Oh, actually I have it. So, okay. So I'm going to do my basic move. I don't have my +2 to this because I'm adjacent. But let's roll here. Shield. I'm going to spend 1 focus to re-roll that. Yeah! That was a +2, so that's 3. 1, 2, 3. Now I do get that +2 bonus. So I'm going to play that basic move again. The shield. Yeah, I'll take it. I don't want to use another focus because I don't really need it. 1, 2, 3, or 3. Oh, 3. It has to be 3. All right. Now, as I said, they go 1 and 2, but it's not the end of the hero's turn, so we still have time for her to run away, even though she's in range. And this time track goes down 1. All right. So now she's going to use the unpredictable movement again here. Ooh, only +2. She's going to use a focus to re-roll 1 die. Oh, no way. So she's got 4 movements. So 1, 2, 3. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then, because that puts her in range of 1, 2, 3 to do a hacking drone that she can interact with an object for 2 within 4. So she's definitely within 4, but this does go on her 3 slot. And we get to roll 2 dice, +1, which is just +1 range, but I did get a movement, so I think I will use that movement. So they're actually going to split up if I'm right there. But if I come here, then they're both going to go that way. If I come here, I'm still 1, 2, 3, 4, but they'll both come this way. Yep, I think I'll do that. But I'm still within range, and I actually got I used that movement. Yep. So, but that's still within 1, 2, 3, 4 range. I got line of sight, so I'm going to interact for 2 here. And I got a red and a purple. Let's keep the purple because we've already got 2 reds out. Alright, so we got a purple on that door there. And that's the end of her turn. These are going to slide down for a free rest action at the end. This goes down to 5. Man, I don't know if this is smart. I might lose this very first mission just because of time. Now, let's go to Hero's turn. I'm going to do this. Interact for 2 within 2. He's within 2. And I get to roll 1 die. Yeah! I get to activate for 3. So let's go ahead and pull 3 out of here. 1. Really? 2. Alright. Come on. Actually, let's put it right here so we know how many we've done. And 3. There we go. Alright, let's stack those 3. That will open up this door. Oh, whoops. I forgot to move these guys at the end of her turn. They came towards Leylai. Alright, so that goes on his time slot 2. And I used that +1, so I did not get that movement. But I am... Ooh, do I run in there, or do I move? Try to move her. No, she doesn't need to move. Alright, I am going to use my basic action here. Basic move action. Because I'm more than 2 away, I get a +2 to this. And a roll. And that is a +1, so that is 4 movement. So I get 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do 4 right there. Alright, so I am in activation range. Oh, this goes back into the bag, sorry. Alright. We're getting there. This comes back to my hand. Free rest action, that slides down to there. At the end of my turn, they're actually going to move towards me because I activated. Whoops. So actually, 1 is going to go here. 2 is going to go here. Because number 1 always activates first. Alright. And this goes down. Wait, did I move that down? I don't think so. Move that down to 4. And now it is Leylai's turn here. So actually for my first action, I'm going to do a rest action to bring that down here, to bring this back into my hand, and then I'm going to play it again so I could see, to try to run as fast as I can to get back behind that wall. Can I use move an ally for 3? Well, that doesn't help. Yeah, no. So my 3 here. Alright. Let's use 1 focus to reroll this one. Nope, that does not help. So I only got 2 movement. So we'll go 1, 2. And that was my 2 actions, so I will do a free recall. I do get this card back, though. And 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So all I need to do is here, and I could use this next turn. But this does go down to 3. And I did not interact, but they are going to come 1 closer there. And now Hero is just going to use his basic interact twice here. So I have 1 plus... Oh my goodness. Let's go. Alright. I might actually get this done here. So I'm going for 3. we've got a yellow. Okay, I like yellow. And a red. Don't really care for red. Well, actually, both of them don't matter. And a red. All right, I will keep red then. All right, now I will play that again. And a +1, so I will draw 2 more here. We've got yellow. That doesn't help. And we've got red! Boom, baby. Alright, so that console is hacked. Now, it doesn't have to be the end of my turn right now, but I'm going to have it be. So this slides off, comes back into my hand. So just a note that at the end of my turn is when we come and check the mission update. So I could finish out my turn if I had anything else to do, which I don't. But it is before the enemies get to activate that I check this. So disable both consoles, so we will look at mission update number 1A. Umbrus come. Good job, Commander. You are certainly showcasing that stealth can be achieved no matter the team size. We have access and are scanning the station for useful data. Wait a second. We're detecting a gas leak somewhere on the station, but we can't pinpoint what's causing it. Get to the fuel control room and see if you can shut off the supply and start the ventilation system before the whole place blows. So we get the commander adjacent to the POI, and we have 4 turns. So we'll put this on turn 4. Let's set up this right here. And it also says that we do get to get rid of those patrol droids because we hacked those and knocked it down. That means these patrol droids kind of shut down. Nice. So we only have 4 turns to get. And the command I am gonna. I didn't say this at first, but I am gonna have Hero be the commander, which sucks because she's like right there. But I was gonna have him be the commander because he talked about being a commander in the army. So I'm just gonna have him be the commander. So he's got to run as fast as he can. Put that back in the bag. All right. So we have to get him adjacent to the POI, but that means she can still sit there and open up that door at least. Gas leak. Turn spent after the turn token reaches 0 results in every player losing 1 focus and 1 shield at the beginning of every turn. As this is a condition which results in you losing a focus and a shield, it does not mean that you will take damage once you have no more shields to lose. And every player means every player, not just the player whose turn it is currently. Okay, so that was Hero's turn, so it actually is Leelai's turn. And does she want to move and then basic interact? Yeah, let's do this. She's going to interact for an object within 4, but for 2. And you do get to roll 2 dice for this. Oh, man. Oh, but that's within range. As you can see, that's not what she's interacting for. That's range. So those pluses do actually nothing for me. I'm not going to reroll, but so this goes on to number 3 slot on her cooldown track. And we get to interact for 2 here. And we got 1 yellow. Okay. And a purple. I'm going to keep the yellow because we have 3 purple out and only 2 yellow out, so I'm going to keep the yellow. Alright, and then I'm going to use a basic move, because might as well. And that was a +1, so I get to move for 1, 2. Then she could do basic interacts next time if she needs to. Turn tracker goes down to 3. and my free cooldown action goes here. Ooh, actually, I didn't look at this. I'm going to use this is move an ally for 3 spaces. And then I'll get to the board here, but this is going to slide down at the end of my turn. That goes back to my hand. Now looking at the board, he moved for 1, 2, 3. Alright, that was actually amazing. Alright, now Hero is going to do a basic move. He's going to roll. He gets a shield. It doesn't matter. He's got a +2 because he's more than 2 away. So 1, 2. And then I'm actually going to use this one just because it's a 2 plus whatever I roll instead of 1 plus whatever I roll. So I'm going to use that. So that goes on my time 2, my cooldown track. And I get to roll 1 dice for it. I'll put it right here. And I get a +1, so I do get to draw 3 from the bag. Put that on the number 2 slot. Alright, so 3. I just need 2 more yellows. I still have 2 more whites in here, so that's a red. That does not help. And, oh, come on. And last one here. Seriously? How did I draw 2 red? There's 5 reds out. 6 reds out. Oh, man. Alright, I'm going to risk it. I'm going to keep the red. These 2 go back in the bag. These 2 come out here. So that was 1. My next one, I'm going to do a basic interact. Oh, wait, no. Sorry, that was my second turn. So my grid slicer goes down to slot 1. Alright, this goes down to 2. Alright, and now Leelai gets to go, and she will just do 2 basic interacts here. So we just need 1 more red. Alright, so she gets to draw 2 from the bag here. You got 1. And 2. Oh, come on. Alright, those are the 2 that I just had. Who's shuffling this bag? And we'll do it again. We got another 2 that we're going for. Come on. And 1. Don't need a yellow. And 2. Oh, no way, it's the red. Holy cow. I thought for sure the chance of getting a white was just as good as getting a red. Alright, those 3 red will do that. That door opens up, and she's just going to wait right there because I don't know what's going to happen here. So that goes back to her hand, and that'll be the end of her turn. That goes down to 1. That worked out so good, because then I'm just going to do my basic interact. Doesn't really matter because I only need 1 movement. Ooh, I do get 2 more though. So 1. Alright, I do have to end my turn there before I check the mission update to see if I'm adjacent to it. So it's not automatically. Is there anything else that I want to do? Ooh, actually, yes. For my second action, I'm going to place this down just in case if I need it. So this is going to go on the 4 slot. So Leyline does get 1 focus for the end of my turn. I'm not going to move her though, but this gets slid down. This comes back to my hand. Alright, and that is the end of my turn. So now we will come here, get the commander adjacent to the POI. We are adjacent, so we will go to mission update number 2. We're picking a life form in the fuel control room with you. Check it out, Commander. We can't risk being compromised by a witness this early on. So you enter the room, you see a slender shadow crouching near a desk. Right there, is that? Yeah, a little figure right there. Is that what that's supposed to be? Anyway, female engineer. Please don't hurt me. I was just trying to. Please, just let me go and I'll be on my way. I won't tell anyone about you. I just work here from time to time, I swear. She can't be trusted. Why would she even be here if she wasn't affiliated with the Hellfires? She may have caused the leak to sabotage you. Besides, now she's a witness and we can't have that. Kill her. That's an order. That way we know she won't talk, and nobody we care about one more missing human around here. Female engineer. No, please, I beg you. So choice. Will you kill the female engineer, yes or no? Players may debate, but all are then called to vote simultaneously with the commander's vote breaking ties. So that's one thing that's going to be a little hard here because I'm one person. So, you know what? If there's a leak, why would you be hiding in that closet? That's what I'm saying. I don't trust this girl. I don't trust the Umbrius too about being like, no one's going to miss a human. But let's go ahead. I'm going to say let's kill her. Let's kill her. So, if the team voted yes, continue to mission update 3. C2B mission update 3. Players who voted yes paint a thing on the Umbrasis, and those who voted no, I don't know. We'll just say they both said yes. So that means we come here. This is Leyli's. We paint 1 of Leyli's there. And this is Heroes. We'll paint 1 of Heroes there. That's basically because we did what he told us to do. So he's like, alright, I like you guys. So our relationship increases on the better side with him. Alright. Female engineer, please don't. A single gunshot echoes through the station. Oh, that's gruesome. Action. Everyone paints the dot called FE1D in their legacy folder. So we'll come here, FE1D, we fill that in. FE1D, we fill that in there. That's basically going to be a little tracker to say stuff's going to happen in the future if that is marked. So let's hope that was a good thing. Make no mistake, Commander, we are not in business to be heroes. We are here to get a job done. The mission requires sacrifice and bold decisions. I expect the consummate professionalism you've just shown to be the hallmark of your operation. Comrade Com. Umbrace, we have a problem. We're expecting massive interference. It's a double solar flare. It's breaking up our comms. The station will be hit in... Mission update 4. Oh man. 7 box squares, no enemy behavior. Commander, come in. The station is falling apart. Get your team back to the ship. So we have 6 turns to get as many players on board the ship as possible. Those not reaching the ship in time will be recovered after the mission, painting 1 scar each. Ooh. So triggers condition. Players take 1 unblockable damage at the beginning of their turn. Does not apply while on the ship. Players on board the ship must still take their turns. Ooh, okay. Failure. If all players are unconscious, all are recovered after the mission, painting 1 scar each. So we're going to make it out. It's just, are we going to make it out with how much damage? Alright, so let's go back to that. Alright, there we have it. So basically they made like a single path that we could take. This here is our ship that we will have to get to. And we have 6 turns, it said, so we'll put that back up to 6. Alright, and it is Leylai's turn. So basically it's just a run for it type of thing. So I will roll 3. Come on, +2s. Come on, +2s. Ooh, I got 3. I'll take 3 movement. So 1, 2, 3. Our hacking drone is actually on slot 2, so that means we're going to have to put this one on slot 3, which kind of sucks because that means that's just further away we could get to it. Then it's going to come back to us at least. And then we'll just do our basic move here. Yeah, there's that +2, so 3 movement. 1, 2, 3. Alright, that was actually a good run for the first turn there. I'm actually okay with it. That goes back into my hand. These 2 slide down to slot 1 and 2, but we slide that down to 5. Now it is Hero's turn, so he is just going to do a basic move, which is actually +3, or +2. and a shield. That does not help. Let's go ahead and spend a focus. There we go. There's a +1. So that's 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Then let's go ahead and do another move 2. Or move 1. Let's do another focus. I just need movement. I need movement. Yeah. So I'm away from 2 away. So that's +2, 3, 4. But that's 3, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The end of my turn, because I have this in play, she gets to move, Leia gets to move 2, 1, 2, and gain a focus back. And this track goes down by 1. This is actually a perfect combo to run. This is working really, really good, actually. I think we'll be able to make it out. Knock on wood. So let's go ahead. Oh, my BMS track goes down to slot 2. And Leia is just going to do a basic movement here. 4, 2, 1, 2. She's going to do another basic movement. 4, 2, 1, 2. So she is just about out. Actually, she will be out after Hero's turn because of that move thing there. Because of his little BMS device. So this tracker goes down by 1. Now we'll do his basic move. He does have a +2 to this move. And 1, so that's 4 movement. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll play it again. I do not get my +2 here, but I do get a +2 if I roll it. 1, 2. Hero is out at the end of my turn. 1, 2. And we are both out. That was amazing run. This is a stealth team right here, I tell you what. Alright, I like this. Let's see here. So, at the end of my turn, get as many players aboard as possible, so we got everyone out. When concluded, continue to do mission update number 5. You sprint towards the exit. Dang straight we sprinted. And with the last effort from your body, you manage to jump through the hatch of the station as the station disintegrates behind you. Well, that could have gone more smoothly, couldn't it? But let's try to not worry too much about little details. Get some rest. My crew and I have some analysis to do before we pick our next target. A few hours later. I hope you all manage to get some sleep. We have a long journey ahead of us, and if we're working together, we'll be more effective if we earn each other's trust. So for starters, I'd like to know a little bit more about you and your bond of strangers. Please elaborate on some of your previous ventures. So each player will tell Umbrius a story about themselves. We can tell a story about great valor, and we can mark one on inspiring. We could tell a story of, if you tell a story of a person close to you, you gain 1 supportive. If you tell a story of loss, you gain 1 cautious. And if you tell a story about your own achievements, you paint 1 for dominating. So I'm going to have Hero tell a story of close to you. So he is going to paint 1 on support here. And Leia is going to tell a story about her own achievements and mark 1 on dominate. Alright, that is the part that I think is going to be so cool. Basically, how I chose that is I just went through and to see which ones I wanted to use mostly. At least for right now, what was the most beneficial. So, we'll see if that actually worked or not. We continue on to C3, Toad to Space. So that there is that first full mission. Without doing the tutorial, that was the first full mission. I'm going to keep playing with these guys. I'm having a lot of fun with this game already. I love the hero upgrade and everything. I'm super excited about this. And I will see you later.